I do appreciate it's very hard for homeless people here, but sometimes, I don't know, you get out what you put in.
I think they get into a cycle where they maybe get into drugs or alcohol. I think there should be more help for them, but at the same time they do have to help themselves as well.
About 4 years ago I ended up homeless. I was living in a field not so far away from here. Ended up getting quite a bit of help from my friends, but it has happened again. It's very easy to happen. If just the wrong circumstances happen at the wrong time and you've got nothing in your bank account, it can quite literally, as I discovered, happen to anyone. I mean, I was lucky in that I had a lot of friends that really helped me out of it, but yeah, it's not an easy thing. And for some people it's incredibly hard to get out of, particularly if they don't have any job skills or anything like that.
I think when it comes to people being homeless, they don't make a choice. Sometimes it's a relationship breakup, sometimes it's abuse at home, and they don't make the choice to be homeless. It's something that could happen to any of us, and we're all so close to being homeless ourselves.
I don't know, I've never really been homeless really, so I don't know really.
Are they really that bad? In some ways, and you've got to feel kind of sorry for them at times, but other times you wonder how they got in that situation.
Hi, I'm Jill. I work as the External Communications Manager at St Petrock's. When clients come in the mornings, we open at 9 o'clock every weekday. They come in for for basic survival services initially, and that is they're coming in to have breakfast, hot drinks, they may need showers, to do laundry, or get some new clothing. You know, during the morning our project team, our project workers will be doing new assessments with clients when they're ready, because not everybody when they come into the centre immediately wants to talk. A lot of them can be really tired. They may come in and just get something quickly to eat and then fall asleep, because for some it will be the first time they felt safe and been warm, you know, in the last 12 hours.
I ended up outdoors through a lot of difficulties, family difficulties, etc, etc. I've been outdoors for nearly 14 years. Nearly 14 years on and off, and with the rise in homelessness and the drug issues out here on the street, and with the government cuts, it's just going to make things worse. You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem to be solving anything. The homelessness problem over the past 10 years just seems to have got worse and worse and worse and worse. You know what I mean? We've got 90,000 rough sleepers in this country. 65% of those are under the age of 25. 85% have a mental health issue. And it's getting worse, and it doesn't seem like the government want to do anything about it. The drug rehabilitation, you've got to find your own sponsor to go in drug rehabilitation. Isn't that the government's problem as well as everybody else's? It's not just our problem, you know what I mean? But I just don't understand that, you know what I mean, I've been in this country all my life, I was born here, but I still can't get housed here. The public perceive us as either drug addicts or alcoholics. They perceive that we've ended up with some kind of issue that's put us on the street. You know what I mean? They don't seem to realise with with the cuts, with the job losses in this country, people are losing their money, they're losing their houses, and they haven't got the jobs, they haven't got the money to pay for them. Over 75,000 homes in the next 12 months are going to be repossessed. They reckon that homelessness is going to rise by 34% again. There's already 90,000 rough sleepers.
Yeah, it is really important to say that homelessness really can happen to anyone. We've seen everybody here, from doctors, lawyers, okay, not as many, but over the years we've seen a great many. Various people from all sorts of walks of life can become homeless. It can happen within minutes, you know, it can happen within months, and it can take years. There is only one common denominator, and it will be some kind of crisis that happens in somebody's life that makes them become homeless. Very often, when people are in their early 20s, some of the issues perhaps surrounding homelessness can come from the fact that they've had a breakdown in family relations. In not all cases, it's appropriate to go back and find out, what's gone wrong in that relationship. It may not be appropriate to rebuild those relationships, but where it is, we try hard to build family reconciliation, because that is inevitably going to enhance that person's life. In terms of, they then may decide to go back home, they may then decide, that life isn't so bad. I mean, it's very traumatic for young people when they don't feel they can go back to their families. And that is a lot of the problems that we find with, clients. They don't feel that they're part of a community, they're isolated, they've been dislocated from the rest of society.
I'm from Swansea originally. The reason I ended up on the street, I've moved around a lot, but the reason I ended up on the streets was a family breakdown. About 6 years. It was the last time I spoke to my mother or anyone like that. And not everybody, but a lot of people do look down on you. And they do think straight away because you're homeless, it's drink, drugs, or you're just a bad person, but not all of the homeless people, not everybody is on the streets or because of drink or drugs or... Yeah, I do drink, don't get me wrong, I drink, I have a drink every night just to go to sleep because it keeps me warm. It gives you that little bit of self-confidence to go to sleep or whatever. So I don't wake up shaking for a drink. There's a lot of people that's on the streets that do. Yeah, that's why I got all the scars on my face from. Got all the scars across my eyes, across my nose, across my cheek. People that's been out nightclubbing or something like that, it's had too many to drink. And because you're homeless, it just thinks you're basically scum on the earth. This is a vicious circle. It's like I want to show myself out, I want to go out and get a job, I want to go out and do stuff. But I can't do any of that until I get a house, and I can't get a house until I get a job, so it's just a big vicious circle. Yeah, and sometimes when I wake up in the morning I think, what's the point? What is the point? Like I've self-harmed so many times. Not so much just to hurt myself, I have actually tried just to end it because it does. Some mornings when you wake up you think, is there any point? Because it's the same stuff every single day. Yeah, if I had my family behind me, yeah, it would help things because, well, for one, they would be able to help me, or they would be able to take me in until I was able to get housing. Like I've been homeless since I was 15 to 16. I'm 26 now, and I've had to find out all this myself. I've had to, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong. It's made me a stronger person in a way for being on the streets, because I've had to go out and survive. But still, it's nice to have someone behind you, knowing if you do mess up, someone is behind you to help you.